This is section 6.5. We're going to look at the inverses of matrices. And just like I did in 6.4, I'm just going to swap over to the calculator. I'm not going to write the actual answer out here. But what this is going to look like, if we name this A in the calculator, it's a capital A, and it's going to be to the -1 power. There's a way to do it by hand. This is just the easier way. All right, so let's start off with a matrix. And this one is a 2x2 already. The calculator saves the data in here, which you did for the last problem. It doesn't reset when you turn it off and on, unless you were to reset the whole calculator. All right, so let's get out of there. I'm sure there's probably another way to do this, but I found this is the easiest way. So I'm going to take A, and I want to find the inverse. So the inverse button, again, remember when I hit the keypad over here on the left, it's going to turn red. You see x to the -1. It puts A to the -1. That is the inverse. So x to the -1 is the inverse of x. We're taking the inverse of the matrix. Okay. So this one says we cannot find the inverse. So it's not possible, would be that. I believe it says not possible on my math lab. It's a little circle you'll click. Let's see if we can find the inverse of the next one. Again, I'm just going to keep reusing A since I'm only using one matrix at a time. Hit the inverse button. All right, so that one does have an inverse, and that is the inverse of that matrix. So even though they're both 2x2s, we could find the inverse of one, but not necessarily the other. So this one did have an inverse. We have two more we want to do, another 2x2. We use that little cheat again where I just kind of arrow up. When it's highlighted, I hit enter. So it's copy and pasting, and then I hit enter again. This one gives us decimals. If they want fractions, which is more than likely what it's going to be, you're going to hit the math button. It's already highlighted where you take it and convert it to a fraction, so you hit enter. This says it's going to take the answer, convert it to a fraction, you hit enter. So if you need the fractional results instead of the decimal, you can do that to get it in the correct form. And then our last one was a 3x3, which is fine. We want to double check my numbers. You can put A and then the inverse. You can do the copy and paste function or feature, and that is the resulting inverse. And that is it for section 6.5.